people weren't really talking about us. Nobody ever wants to talk about England Netball in Australia, so I think it kind of suited us. Like the whole world was probably expecting the Aussies to win, and then our little pocket, we were like, oh, we think we've got this, but we just need to get an opportunity to play them. Probably expect that they were feeling a lot of pressure because of what people were saying about them.
But never have the English been in a gold medal game. Every previous Commonwealth Games has been fought out between Australia and New Zealand. So we are making history here today.
It's interesting that like the older girls were sort of like more nervous for the semi, whereas for me I was more nervous going into the final. The thing that stands out for me, walking out, we had like a bit of a warm-up behind the court before we went onto the court, and I remember them just coming out and they were literally all just serious, and you could tell there was tension between them, whereas I think we were all just probably there having a laugh, and it's just going to end up, we're not going to be up for it and we're going to get smashed, or are we like in a good place and it's going to be a good game, so I wasn't sure.
Here we go, our house on 3, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, our house. I don't even know we said that. This is what I mean. I've got no idea. It's so weird hearing it back.
So 60 minutes of netball to be played in the Commonwealth Games.
I remember defensively we were talking a lot around like shutting down the forward. They had to recycle the ball and go back to the line so many times. And they don't like doing that. It kind of rattled their timing.
So the first signs of frustration really from Coach Lisa Alexander.
Tracy kept going, we need to get in the house, like in like the middle of the court.
I do remember the house.
What we're doing is we're pulling out, you're just pulling out wide. You can't do that, you've got to take some bodies with you.
It was a fast-paced game, probably one of the best games in netball I've ever been involved in. I remember the bench going nuts. Obviously, like looking at the crowd and it all being green, and you've got all your girls is like absolutely up there, like fist pumping, jumping, every single goal. That was huge for us because that's kind of what made everything feel really connected.
Oh, absolutely critical error.
There was a passing error through some pressure we'd put on in the through court, and that was a big turning moment.
But it's wood now to level for Australia, not to be. So here's a moment for England.
If you don't go, you never know. Do you know what I mean? So like, we just had to keep trying to apply pressure, keep scoring our own. And yeah, even in that last 10 seconds, you know, it was a mistake. Courtney Bruce stuck her hand out, experienced goalkeeper, and she wasn't 3 foot.
Harden, 9 seconds. Harden again, the goal to win the gold medal. Mrs. Halfby. Oh no! And it's an obstruction call. It'll be a penalty shot. Helen Halfby, the gold medal. It's England. Oh my goodness!
I was on the floor and I was just like, all I could move was my arms. And then when she scored, I was like, ah! And I was like, you have to get up, you have to get up, we have to celebrate.
It's been a nightmare going into extra time, wasn't it?
England, the first time in their history, have won a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games.
I think it was quite a bit of, do you know, like a bit of an out-of-body experience. Like it all just was a bit sort of surreal, and I remember just being like, all of a sudden just this exhaustion came over me almost, and I was like, what has just happened? And I think it sort of didn't really sink in until we were like on the plane going home.
Gold medalist here at the 2018 Commonwealth Games. The netball is done and dusted.
It definitely kind of like put netball on the map a little bit more so than kind of it had in previous years.
Like the exposure just meant people knew what elite netball looked like for the first time, so just that general public interest kind of went up, which is really nice. Hopefully we can keep up that momentum and keep changing things for the better.